Want to build a clean and dynamic health system in your game? In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a health slider UI in Unity and link it perfectly with your player max and current health, so it updates smoothly as your player takes damage or heals. Big thanks to amazing Patreon supporters Kage Sicario and Alexandra Bogdietz for making this possible. If you want to support and unlock exclusive benefits, feel free to join my Patreon. And now let's get started. Firstly, we need to create the canvas. So go over to hierarchy, right click or hit this plus icon, then go to UI and select this canvas, and then choose your canvas in the hierarchy. Go over to canvas scalar component in the inspector, and then UI scale mode to choose scale with screen size, and in the width put 1920, and in the height you can put 1080, or in the Y. And if your game in portrait mode, then you can just swipe this value and it's good to do that. And now we're gonna create our health slider, but before we create that, we're gonna create an empty parent game object to keep our hierarchy and this canvas clean. So I'm gonna choose my canvas, let's right click on it, we're gonna create an empty child game object, and we can call this game object to something like health underscore UI, just like that. And make sure you go over to inspector, rect transform, then click here and hold down alt on your keyboard and choose this bottom right one. And as soon as we have chosen, if I press down F to focus on it, we can see this game object gets resized as the size of our canvas, which is our health UI. And now we are ready to create the slider. So let's choose our health underscore UI. We're gonna right click on it, let's go to UI and then choose this slider, and I'm gonna call this slider to something like health underscore slider, just like that. And we need to scale this up, so we're gonna choose the rect tool in the scene view, and we're gonna hold down also, it's gonna resize from center. And we just want to delete this handle slide area. To do that, let's go to handles health slider, and then we're gonna choose this handle side area, and we're gonna delete that, we don't need it. But we just want to change the background, so we can select the background and we can go over to image component, and we need to drag the sprite over here with which one we just want to replace with. So for that, I'm gonna move over to my project tab, assets, sprites folder, and then I will head over to my UI, and then this original folder, I have it over here. Of course, I will have a link in the description, you can go and check it out, or you can just download it from my Patreon page. So I'm going to select the sprite and I'm going to drag it to into the source image. We're going to select that as sprite and then drag it, and we can see it seems blurry and it's not good at size at all, so we need to do some changes. So the first thing, to get off blurry, we need to choose the sprite and then make this filter mode to point no filter, and then click on this apply button. As soon as you're gonna do that, we can see it's now the blurry is gone by now, and we need to resize. So I'm gonna choose my background, then choose the rect tool in the scene view, and you can hold down all, let's okay, so we can hold down all, so it's gonna resize from center. And also what I really want to do, I just want to adjust the fill area. So let's select the fill area, and make sure you choose the fill area, not the fill underneath of it. And we're gonna resize, this is our fill area, and let's choose this and let's move it somewhere. So basically, make sure you just adjust as the size of this empty space, and you just have to adjust that. So make sure you choose the fill area, not the fill underneath of it. Now you can see I just have adjusted. And also what I want a icon, heart icon over here, I just want to put it there. To do that, make sure you choose the health slider. So we're going to choose the health slider, let's right click on it, we will go to UI, then image, and I'm going to call it something like heart underscore icon, just like that. And I have to replace the source image. To do that, I will head over to my UI folder, and then I'm going to take my heart, and from there I'm gonna just replace. So make sure you just replace with the source image, and make sure you just adjust it over here. Now you can see I have the heart icon. So we will go to rect transform first, then we're gonna click over here, and make sure you hold down alt on your keyboard and choose this left anchor one, because I just want to have this heart icon all the way to the left side of this health slider. And now we have to adjust, so we can hold down shift on our keyboard to perfectly resize from the left and from the right, just like that. So we need to make sure we just adjust it perfectly. Right now we have to put this health slider in the top left side of our screen. To do that, we're going to choose the health slider, and as always we will go to rig transform, and we're going to choose this top anchor one, and I'm gonna move it little bit to the right and little bit to the bottom side. And if we try to scale down our screen, we can see this health slider just getting resized as the size of our screen. And choose your health slider, then go over to slider component, transition to choose none, and navigation to we can choose none, just like that. And I'm gonna check these whole numbers because I just want to down my health of this player something like 1 2 3 4, not with floating numbers like 0 0.2 0 0.1, and the list just goes on. So make sure you just go to slider component and check this one, and the max value and the minimum value we just want to set through our player script. So I have already created that, so make sure you just create a script called player or player health, then open that up. So I'm going to open up my player script by double clicking on it. So what we need, if we move to Unity editor, then play around with the value of this health slider, we can see. So the max value over here we can set it to something like 10, and we can increase by 1 as you can see 1 2 3 4, and it just goes on. So we need a reference of this slider component, and then we can just play around this value, and we're gonna link up with our player max health this slider value. So let's do that quickly. So I'm gonna move over to my script, but make sure you just go to top of your class and include this namespace called using unity engine.ui. So whenever you working with UI, make sure you just include this namespace. And I'm gonna grab the reference first, so I'm gonna do it somewhere around here because I have the max health parameter here. You can do it anywhere, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna make a public, and the component we're looking for slider, so we're gonna type slider, and we can call this one health slider. So I'm gonna call it health underscore slider, just like that. And we have to save our script, and we just need to drag the reference. Now underneath my player script I can see the health slider, and I have it over here, so it's gonna be empty like this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my health slider, let's drag it over to that field. Sorry, health slider, let's drag it there. Now we can see we have this slider component reference. So let's set this up. Let's go over to our script, and I'm gonna use the start function, and this is a start function call in the start of the game. So in the start of the game, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set the max health of max value of that health slider to my max health of my player. So we will go to health slider component first, then we're gonna access the max value, and we're gonna set equal to our max health, just like that. What we simply doing, we just going over to this health slider game object first, then accessing this slider component, and then accessing this max value you can see, and we just set it to 10, but it's gonna be with our player max health, and the player max health is 20. So this over here gonna be 20 because we directly setting it as you can see. And now we also need to set the value of that health slider, basically the current value of this health slider. So if we choose our health slider, so we also need to set the value, basically this value over here you can see. So we will go to health slider component once again, then we're going to access the value, and let's set the value equal to our max health in the start of the game. And now let's go over to where we taking damage. So our player taking damage over here you can see. So you can make a function in order to take the damage. I already done it, and if you confused about this, I'm gonna have a tutorial in the description, you can go and check it out. So right now what we're gonna do, we're gonna set the value, current value of that health slider with our max health, because we're taking the damage over here. So we will go to health slider dot value, basically the current value of that slider, and we're gonna set equal to our max health. Let's suppose this player just takes 2 unit of damage. So this max health over here, it's gonna be 18. So this over here will be 18, the max health. So health slider dot value, basically this, if we choose our health slider, this value over here gonna be 18 as well, because we directly setting it, as you can see. And now we can save our script and we can just move over to Unity editor. But I'm gonna do it in the update function as well, because the update function runs every single frame, and every single frame also I just need to update the current value of that health slider to my max health. So we will go to health slider component, and then we're gonna access the value, and we will set equal to our max health. You can see the health slider value gets the max health with our player. So the max value we can notice 20, because if we choose our player, the max health is 20. But if we take damage from our enemy, sorry, it's lagging a little bit, I really apologize. You can see my health is going down, and we can see the max health is 16. And if I choose my health slider, we can see the value is going down, and it's becoming 13, 12, and the list just going on, and the max health became 10. So it's going down, and once we're gonna die, basically the value or the max health just gonna reach 0. So the max health is 5, and it's going down as our max health of our player, the slider value, it's going down with it. And if it reaches 0, we can see we have the game over screen,